Good night, fellow travelers and travelettes. Little W coming at you again. I want to share a little story with y'all. First of all, it's been a hell of a day, you know what I'm saying? It's been a hell of a long day, you know what I'm saying? So, pardon me if I'm a little slow with this one, you know, if I get a little caught up on my words. You know, excuse my red eyes, no, I don't get high. I'm just tired as a motherfucker. But, yeah, man, you know, I talk about a lot of travel topics, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my passport bros, you know, hopefully we'll be in the skies again, you know, back to business as usual. But will the travel game be the same? Man, I don't know. I don't know. It hurt me to even tell you this, but I don't know if the travel game will ever be the same. You know, I tend to I have breaks or whatnot when I'm working. I tend to look at world news, especially news in places that I intend to travel to, or places I have already traveled to, places that I may find near and dear to my heart, so to speak. And one of those places just happens to be Colombia. And today, well, I should say 2 days ago, everybody was looking forward to April 1st. Like, oh God, what's going to happen on April 1st? What's the big deal with April 1st? What's the significance of April 1st? Motherfucker, rent is due on April 1st. You know what I'm saying? How you going to pay them shits? You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no job. You know what I'm saying? Most of us ain't got no fucking job. You collect unemployment and shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know how that go. You file unemployment on Monday. You might not get that until Monday next month. You know what I'm saying? At least you got to hold out 2 or 3 weeks, you know? 2 or 3 weeks to some folks, and you living paycheck to paycheck, and it was hot, you know? Everything that can go wrong will be go wrong. Trust me, believe. I know I done been down that road before in my life, so look, I have compassion for y'all, but outside of the United States, some people don't have the benefit of the government saying, hey, we're going to give you a $1,200 stimulus check, and we're going to pay you $600 a month to stay at home. Other people do not have that luxury. I said to say this. Things are bad for everyone right now in America. You know, this is my home. Yes, it is bad, but just trust and believe it can be a whole lot fucking worse. Hence, I was scrolling through Yahoo News, and just like the first, rent's due here, rent's due everywhere else. But it's the third now. This is when this shit really hits the fan. Everybody was talking about, oh, I can't wait till April 1st. No, I'm curious to see what happens April 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Because those are the days when it's crunch time. Reason being, if you get past the 1st, okay. The 3rd, the grace period is up. The 5th, the eviction notices come out. You got to get the fuck out. You better get somebody to help you. You better go sell your computer. Look, selling rims off you sell something. You got to get this rent paid. You know what I'm saying? And for you tricky dicks out there, go sell that ass. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go sell something. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't gonna be to the lowest bidder. Whoever bidding, look, that's who paying. Anyway, the moral of the story is, in Bogota, I saw the day that people were getting evicted. Some of the poorest people were being evicted. One man shared his story. He was paying $6 a night to keep his bed or whatnot. And man, when people are forced to stay inside and they can't get out and hustle, you know what I'm saying? Like people out here, we may have got gig jobs we can go and do whatever and make ends meet or whatnot. But when you're locked in your house and you can't get out, I mean, what do you do? What are you left to do? You know, basically you're forced to live off of your savings, you know, if you've been living right and not living above your means. In most cases, well, I'm not even going to say most cases. In some cases, people have, you know, a nice little nest egg put away for the hard times, for the rainy day. But in some of these countries, man, people are living from hand to mouth. And this young man right here, he shared his story with Yahoo News or whatnot. And he had been living in this room for 6 months or so. And he wasn't able to drive his car anymore. And, work, do the little Uber or whatever they do out there, taxi driving or whatever. So they threw the man out. You know, and now he's on the streets. And so as the story goes, there's hundreds of other people and families that are staying in Bogota now that have faced the same turmoil, so to speak, you know. And some people, you know, their rent was as little as $1 $2 a night, just to have a bed to sleep in, and they can't afford to do it. They were, pretty much dependent on jobs that we may consider as remedial or whatnot, but like just street hustling, maybe selling like the candies or stuff. Like, how you go out there, the kids run up to you. For those that do travel, they try and sell you little Laffy Tappies and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Well, by the end of the day, they can earn $2 or $3 and that pay for them somewhere to sleep at night, It's, and even the migrants who come over from Venezuela, they're even more challenged because they're considered as like illegals. You know what I'm saying? Like we have illegals. Other countries have illegals problems too. They just deal with them in a different manner. Sometimes it's overlooked. That's neither here nor there, But there's a lot of economic unrest going on around the world. And I just wanted to tell folks, I know you're looking in the mirror right now. You like, it may be hard for you to rub two nickels together. You may be going through it. Or you might be living high on the fucking hog right now. You may be one of these cats that live frugally, You're a minimalist, and you probably got a couple $1,000 saved up in the bank. You ain't worried about shit. You know what I'm saying? Or you could be an essential worker. And you went to work today, and your check was in the mail last night. Your shit was deposited early. You get paid on Friday. It was deposited Thursday morning. You good, But for the people who are the have-nots, I just ask folks, how can I put this in a nice way? I just say it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do, like I told you before. Don't be so insensitive to others that's going through this struggle out here, because we're all in this together. In these situations like this, I look at this and people are like, well, OW, you talking about travel topics. How do poor people getting kicked out on the street in a foreign country have to do with me getting on a plane and going over there? I'll answer that question for you. Civil unrest and economic unrest are two things that could bar us from going there. Us going there as Americans pretty much relies or is hell bent upon those places that we go through don't have civil or economic unrest. Go ahead, Hempley. Maybe about 2 or 3 months ago, I can't remember exactly how long it was, the militia in Colombia had sworn to attack people. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much people who were in Cali, Colombia at a certain time, they was like, look, on this particular day, it's going down. Don't bring your ass outside, you know what I'm saying? Don't use public travel. If you do, shit can get ugly. All right? When you have a whole country and their economic and social economy is like off balance, you know what I'm saying? Some shit's just going on that's bad, it then becomes unsafe for us as travelers to go there. Okay? Something similar, and how this reflects with the Rona. The Rona is sending a lot of people into the streets. A lot of people are starving out there. A lot of people are going, and they don't have the social safety nets that we have here. And it's going to be it's going to start off as economic unrest. Then these people being locked in their house is going to be social unrest. This is when these people are going to go to the streets, And if that economy becomes that unstable to where it's dangerous for us to even go there, guess what? You're not going to be going there unless you want to go walk into a war zone, and I doubt you want to do that. Ain't nobody or no, and let me not say that because I'll be attacked. Let's just say no companionship is worth risking your life. You know what I'm saying? Put it simply. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know where I'm going with that. Whoever in my circle, you know how we get down. You know what I'm saying? Fuck what you heard. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, with that being said, if those countries that you're visiting have social and economic unrest, it wouldn't be good for you to go there. Matter of fact, you may be barred from going there, until they get their shit in order. Just like, think about, like, back in Colombia when, I'm not going to say his name, but back in Colombia when there were certain drug lords running that motherfucker, and they had, like, car bombings and stuff, all that going on, to this day, that visual, that view of Colombia still rests in some people's minds, and they're scared to go there because if I go there, there's bombs going off in the street, I won't live, I'll get killed, I'll get kidnapped, which could be further than the truth. For those of us who go there, Colombia is a far cry from what it used to be back in the 80s with the cartels or whatnot. But that tarnished, you know what I'm saying, view of the country is still embedded in some people's mind, because this is what they saw on TV is coming up as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Fast forward 2019, 2018, it was a beautiful place. I was there the whole fucking year. I was going there for like every month for a while. Like I think I went to Colombia about, I don't know, 8 straight months, and I took a month off or whatnot due to the holidays or something like that. And I'm still here talking to you. I didn't get shot. I didn't get beat. I didn't get robbed. I was treated outstandingly well. Yes, very well. Very, very well. And, I'm smiling right now, but I'm not going to lie. I am an unhappy motherfucker that I cannot go back there right now. In the near future, hey, maybe I will. Maybe I won't. You know what I'm saying? But I will be back. I don't know if it's going to be the near future. But back to the story at hand. There's a lot of unrest going on in Bogota right now. I haven't been to Bogota yet, but I think I've been to 3 cities in Colombia. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've been to 3 cities in Colombia, and Bogota was on my list. So when I was going through Yahoo News and I saw this, I was like, oh, I got to read into it. You know, so on a broad scale, this is just in Bogota. So I can imagine in bigger cities, well, Bogota is one of the biggest cities. It's the capital. But in other big cities they have, like Medellin, and even the smaller cities where these people don't have that many opportunities to get out and freelance and work like that. You know what I'm saying? They're struggling as well. Those people are hurting as well, you know. And it isn't like here, okay, we have to go through the court system. We have to go get the police to evict you. We have to go, no. Street justice. Bitch, you ain't pay your rent, the fuck up out here, you heard me? You ain't gotta go home. Well, you can't go home, but you gotta get the fuck up out of here. You know, now, due to the circumstances, what I heard, some police agencies, they are intervening, you know, helping some people out. They're even helping some of the Venezuelans out, you know, from what I've read, you know, so from what I read, some of the police will step in and be like, hey, you know, you can't throw people out on the street or whatnot, but that's not for everybody. That's not for the vast majority, you know. I mean, the police can only help so many people. You have thousands of people getting evicted because they weren't able to work for the past 19 days. And now their rent's due, or they've run low on money, making a decision between, am I going to eat or I'm going to get thrown out on the street? And that goes to where I haven't eaten for a week, but I'm not out on the street, but this is my last $3. So now I'm out on the street and I'm hungry, you know. I just said a lot of people, you know, I know you're struggling, shit is hard, you know. Shit hard for me too, trust me, you know, but just be thankful that we have what we have in this country, because it could be a whole lot worse. Just go read some of the shit that's going on. And then after you read the shit that's going on, think about the shit that is not reported that's going on. See, that's the kicker. That's the kicker right there. Everybody's go, well, I saw this, I saw that. But think about the shit that you didn't see. You know what I'm saying? People have been getting the issue. And I just hope, because I love going to Colombia so much, I hope that they don't go past the point of to where it's civil unrest, and to the point to where we can't even go there once this ban is over with. You know, I was reading on the embassy page, they said that May 30th, the Colombian president said that he was going to open his borders back up, you know, for international travel or whatnot. This was on the embassy page, all right? But, you know, things are just constantly changing daily with this Rona. You know, I mean, he said that it hasn't changed for the past week, but people got to realize, too, okay, this is just the first month of this shit, cousin. This is just April 1st. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen May 1st yet, and June 1st, all right? So once you go to getting into 30 and 40 days, people not working, you know, motherfuckers that's sitting high up on the hog, you dig? They gonna start blanking. They gonna be like, damn, shit getting real, you know? They gonna start twiddling their motherfucking thumbs. They gonna get anxious, you know, like, man, you know, I was all right last month, but fuck, man, it's going on 40 days now, you know? I ain't made no money. What's next? You know? So that's what we have to take into consideration. Now, a lot of people, they probably will be getting, you know, an unemployment check, but there are people that live above their means. Trust me, because that's the reason why you have like 6.7 million people filing for unemployment and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they still saying, even when I do get this money, I don't know how I'm going to make it. You know, been living off a credit card for the past 12 years, you know what I'm saying? High interest rates beating you upside your motherfucking head. You know, it's just living the American dream, you know what I'm saying? That's what you want to call it. But yeah, in Colombia right now, man, it's tough. I'm just hoping I have a Colombia to go back to. I'm just wondering will the travel game be the same for me? Other countries I've been to, like I went to Brazil. I'm wondering how that's gonna fare out in Brazil. Last time I checked, their dollar was at like 5-1. When a country's currency starts to get devalued like that, that's a sign right there, you know, because yeah, it's good for us. Our dollar is strong, but they're making the same amount of money, and it takes more for them to afford essential goods, you know, essential needs, you know. I mean, you're making the same amount of money. You probably working 40 or 50 hours a week. Oh, well, shit. In their case, 60 hours a week already. So what I got to do now, work 70 hours a week to get the same amount of shit I was getting at 60 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stress on a person. And when you can't pay that, shit get ill, you know? Shit get ill real quick. The average person who you think wouldn't do some shit, that motherfucker might be prone to do it. And I'm starting to see that around here in America. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you a quick story, man. My motherfucking neighbor. Well, not my neighbor. Let me change this up. One of my friends' neighbors, you know what I'm saying? This man was sitting up in his motherfucking house eating some Fruit Loops, you know what I'm saying? Chilling with his old lady, getting a good old hand job, you know, what to do. Well, hear something rattling around the backyard. They think it's a raccoon or something. They don't pay no mind to it, you know. Go ahead on and finish handling their business. More power to him. Lo and behold, he wake up the next morning. All the man motherfucking garden tools gone. The lawnmower. The motherfucking weed whacker. You hear me? The weed, we kind of the weed eater, all that shit gone. You know what I'm saying? Nigga done cleaned him out. I said to say this. It's going to be a lot of more B&E going on. It's going to be a lot of more, I'm going to catch you going in your car, give me them groceries, you bitch you. There's going to be a lot of more of that shit going on. It's going to be a lot more, let me hold something, cousin. I'm going to pay you back when I get my stimulus check type shit going on, and you ain't going to never see that motherfucker no more. Going to be a lot more of that shit going on. Trust me. In the travel game, I don't think it's going to be the same. I think it's going to be a lot more stipulations going into the next 6-7 months with these countries, because they're going to be wary of us as Americans coming there, because now we are deemed as the epicenter of this V, you know, and the V ain't no joke. You heard? So by us being as that, there's going to be stipulation with that. I think there's going to be ramifications financially wise with the other countries, you know what I'm saying? As far as us going there, it might just be dangerous for us. You know, that they got, you go to the embassy page, there's different levels to that shit. Level 1, 2, 3. It might be level 8 type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you come here, they might kidnap you from the motherfucking airport. Who knows? You know, that's just hyperbole. Don't take that to serious, you know what I'm saying? It's not, no. I'm just saying, it could get bad. And when things get bad like that in any given economy, people do desperate. They do desperate things. You understand? It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. The real shit. Think about that. So just hope and pray, you know, things get back to normal. Pray for them poor people that's out there. That's the have-nots that's trying to make it in this country, that may have had a roof over their head, you know, May 31st, and on April 3rd, they're out on the streets right now, because it's a lot more have-nots than people that have. And when all those have-nots get fed up and they get hungry, guess who they coming from? That's right. You, if you're considered a have, well, after a while they might go after other have-nots because they got a little bit more than what they got. Once they get tired of feeding on each other, you next. I thought about buying a plane ticket, but I'm like, nah. After I read this today, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I think I'm gonna hold out. If he says May 30th, I'm gonna hold out till May 1st before I talk about buying anything of that such. You know what I'm saying? Because I was watching the show today, and one lady said the way things looking, it's a possibility we won't be flying again internationally till next summer, like next year. Like, you can forget about September, October, November. I'm like, oh my God. I gotta stay in this motherfucker a whole nother year, and I can't. Oh God, I was like, man, that's bad business. But you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. Stay strong, maintain. I just wanted to run these thoughts cross your mind and give y'all the news that I heard about what's going on in Bogota right now. I'm just saying, if you couldn't pay your rent this month, just be grateful that you're in a country to whereas, you know, you have laws in order and people in place that's buying you some time, because there's other places right now, man, these motherfuckers on the streets right now getting bit by mosquitoes and fighting off motherfucking dragonflies and shit in the daytime or whatever because they homeless, you know, and their stomachs is growling, you know. If you privileged enough to be able to go to your refrigerator tonight, pull something out, feed your kids, you know, be grateful. Because at the drop of a hat, you sitting high on that horse tonight, that could be you or me on that street next week. Who knows? I'm not saying it will, but just have that in mind, you know. While we point our fingers and make judgments about these people, you know what I'm saying? And before we talk bad about our situation, like, oh, fuck, man, I ain't got no job, man. Fuck life, I want to kill. Yeah, one motherfucker, he said he gonna kill himself. He said he gonna jump. And I'm like, damn, pressure bust pipes, but damn, bro, they got people got a whole lot hell of worse than you. And you about to go ahead and punch your ticket right now? You about to go jump? You better do the Hail Mary? Come on, man. Ain't that serious, you know? But let's just hope and pray the travel game does remain the same. For those who do have passports, if you don't have your passport yet, they put a freeze on passports as of now. So if you don't have your passport now, you can't get it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So they put a freeze on that. I read about that today too. If you don't have a passport, the U.S. is not issuing passport at this moment until they get a grip on this corona thing. You know what I'm saying? So I got my passport. Shit, I probably got like another 8-9 years on that month. No, 8 years on it. So I'm good to go. But that's like one of those things that's like not really non-essential. So whenever the good old Uncle Sam feels as though, okay, we'll start giving y'all passports again, you know what I'm saying? Hell, who knows when that'll be, you know? Like everything's just coming to a stop and a standstill. But I will say this, I'm glad I did start traveling where I did, where I could experience the world outside of the matrix, and you know, instead of just always just thinking this was just it. Like the United States is everything, and there's nothing outside of it. But my mind has definitely been open since I've been traveling, and it's a good thing because there's some things I just don't deal with, settle for anymore. Especially dealing with women, especially dealing with men and anybody in general. It just changed my mind frame. You know what I'm saying? Just some shit I'm just not going to deal with no more. Prior to me leaving this motherfucker, I did deal with. Because it's all I knew. That's what I thought it was about. But that travel game changed me. And hopefully, you know, when all this is over, if you see this message, it'll change how you think and how you view things too, you know? But this is the W. I just wanted to drop a quick little message with y'all. Damn, I went way over 10 minutes. But hey, fuck it. If you stayed this long and listen, I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying? So share this video with your people. I'm out here. And hopefully I'll be dropping something again soon. All right, y'all have a good night. Be safe out here, man. You know, once I said, like I said before, be humble, be grateful. I don't know if the travel game is going to be the same, but I pray it do. Good night, y'all. I'm out here.